What a fun thing to start my stream on. Okay, now that I've changed my stream title.
Yeah.
You mean your chat doesn't like a bit of pussy?
I don't know actually.
You gotta appreciate some good pussy.
I mean, you could be in my, you could have been my stream last night where I was just like having fun breaking people left and right. I was being evil.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of fun last night.
Evil.
Oof.
Is
Me
that
and Edric
so?
were both being evil, and then I left the call Edric was in and was on my stream, and someone else came in my call, and I broke them after they performed a song that they wrote that I inspired.
Poor Tone.
Aw, cute. How wholesome.
Those are
It
always
was-
the best nights.
It was totally wholesome. Yes, wholesome. No W involved.
No, no
Of
W
course,
involved.
of course.
The W's silent.
The W is completely missing.
Completely missing. Okay, so yours is the ramen nuclear edition, isn't it? It's the times 2 spicy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the nuclear edition.
Because
Because the normal one is less spicy than that.
What the
Yeah.
fuck happened to my overlay?
Everything.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
happened to it.
Oh, Shiggy, I need to show you this shit.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the link real quick. I'm gonna put that link in the Knifepoint chat if you guys want to check it out too.
This is making
Okay.
me burp. Like, it's not making me hiccup like normal.
You
Ooh,
wanna
That looks really good, actually.
black noodles, dry black noodles, spicy
normally-
chicken flour. It's ghost pepper.
Normally, like, spicy things will make me hiccup. This is making me burp.
Well, this shit that I just showed you is going to make you hiccup
Awesome.
for sure.
All right. I think
can't-
I'm more or
Fine.
less ready whenever you guys are.
Alright. I can't join the game session yet.
What?
What?
Of course you can.
I
wasn't-
think there's a new link to it, maybe?
There it
No,
goes.
it's
DM,
still,
dude.
No,
it's still the
literally-
same one.
It literally wasn't letting me click join. Like,
Oh.
I would try to click join game session and nothing would happen.
That's weird.
Odd. Okay.
I'll be right
cool.
back. I need to get some more coffee.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'll wait to do the recap just because it's been a while. Not even
It's been a while.
Yeah, that's funny. I
been
was
a
actually just about to
while.
ask that. So my chat was like, "Can we get a recap?" And I was like, "I'll ask Boopbot if you could do that." So
I absolutely can do that because even I don't remember what the fuck happened.
or I'll BRB.
Bro.
Can we appreciate Desi's dedication? It's like, look at her model right now. She looks like her D&D character. I love it.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh shit, she does. That's awesome. Yeah.
I don't know why her character's so dark right now.
I don't know.
She might have adaptive lighting on.
That would do
Probably.
it. Yeah, I currently have you guys. Oh, I should actually, while we're waiting for Desi, I can probably show off, the reactive PNG models, just because they're at the bottom of the screen now.
Yeah.
Boppity boopity.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, have you ever watched Invincible?
I've heard very good things about it, but no.
Well, I've been pondering this for a while now, and I was trying to think about where your like personality and like voice remind me of. You literally remind me of Robot from Invincible.
Oh, that would probably be correct.
Trust me. Watch it, you'll understand.
Spicy noodles? Done, chat. I did it.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Now what the fuck is this?
Here's the whole crew again, and reactive images. Now that everybody
Oh my god, they look so good.
has their
I
thingies,
know, right?
I'm gonna open them up one at a time just so that everyone can see what they are. Just because.
Is that a gore tattoo on his face?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's so nice.
That's what everyone is seeing. So just so that everyone in my chat, and you guys can feel free to share too. This is Nox at the very top. This is Edric's character.
Hello.
I'll just do a quick recap because it really has been on your characters as well. He is an investigative rogue right now, and he's a bit more mysterious and edgy, but you like that sort of thing. It's fun. Next in line will
It needs one in the group to be like that.
Yeah. Next in line is... Oh god. Sorry, let me open this link. Everyone's favorite mad goblin lady.
Give me things.
An alchemical specialist artificer who, may or may not be on a rich noble's shit list, and on the kill list of one of the most brutal murderers that history has ever famously documented. Next will be her creation, Upsilon, who is, what was your abbreviation of your name? I forgot. Shit.
Silo.
They are a Warforged, and they are a Hexblade Warlock with a piece of Excalibur embedded in her very core, allowing her to access to strange and powerful magical abilities.
Wait, did we ever talk about that piece?
Yeah.
No, they didn't know that.
Yes, we did.
No, they didn't. We did, but they didn't. They didn't know that
We explained that in the so many times. It referenced
No.
like something embedded.
we
Okay.
referenced it. We referenced it and said that there's something going on with her spine. Looks like a cool sword.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they straight up
She
said
thinks
you were
she's the king of
Excalibur.
it. Like
Yeah.
they think they're the king of England.
They
All
said
right,
you
I'm
were
gonna-
Excalibur out of character. We don't know in character, but everyone knows out of character.
Out of character, everyone knows, and I'm explaining everything out of character because
Okay.
I know nothing.
it's been a fucking month.
Yeah, it has been.
Anyways, so and then that's my explanation. So if I'm a bit too overzealous with that, I'm sorry. Next will be our himbo. This is also just me showing off these because I think they're cute.
They are so cute.
Himbo paladin.
He's so adorable.
He's a good boy.
Oh,
He is.
I just want to like
Little
hug
boy.
him and tell him
Good
everything's
boy.
gonna be okay.
He's a very
God
good
damn it, I
boy,
can't escape the himbos. God
and he's
No, you
You know-
can't.
struggling to remain pure amidst
this
everybody he's around.
Just the art kind of makes him look like the default human male from World of Warcraft.
I'm sorry, what?
There's that hairdo. Kind of
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's the hairdo.
The last one is probably one of the most sus characters I've ever run so far. Avacyn, Desiree's character. She is a bard, College of Spirits, and nothing more. What would make you think that she's anything?
Please tell me that her actual talking shot is her with the ahigao face.
Oh my god, that would have been so great.
No.
Or than
Oh.
Edric.
Yes. Oh,
No.
Please.
Hey, Desi,
No.
Desi, if you want to commission that and set it up yourself, I can link you with the artist. I'm not going to use that though.
If I commission it and put in my Discord reactive, it will be. You won't have a choice.
You can override it, you know?
You can set custom ones. You can set custom
Damn
ones.
it.
Yes.
Edge.
Fine.
Say Edge.
But if
I'm
you
a
want to
hang-
commission
I'm in
support,
my heart, I'm a hangout face.
but if you want to support the artist, please, by all means.
I actually would if you could.
Anyways, I'll link it to you later. yeah, those are the different characters. Desi's whole deal is she's horny for the most psychopathic, one of the history's most famous serial killers in the world. And that's, yep.
He likes the DD, the danger dick.
Apparently so.
It gives a whole new meaning to dick me down hard. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
I'm dying. Anyways, last time we played, all of your characters had managed to make your way into the police precinct after being, I suppose make your way isn't the correct term, because you were all brought in for questioning. There was an incident out in the middle of an incredibly busy street involving the running over of a woman who almost died, that woman being Avacyn here. The direct lie to a police officer about being a child and then ripping the arm off of a robot person coming from Mrs.
Wonder who would've done that.
Mrs. Goblin
Look,
here.
I
at the
wonder.
time, it seemed like a really good idea, okay?
And then
At the time.
clear attempts to distract and assist in the escape of questioning. One more heinous than the other. The most heinous would be you breaking apart bags of flour to create a cloud where people can't see you. And you just assuming that the kid was a kid and you were just brought in for questioning normally.
The thing is, we haven't done those things. Because remember, the thing that stopped before I even got the bags. Because she got ran over by the carts.
True. But you did also help someone resist arrest, I believe. Silo.
Yeah.
You tried to hide her. Him. Them.
Just by putting a cloak
Them.
on her.
True. But actions speak loudly. Anyways, you'd all managed to sidestep all of that by the guy who was questioning you due to staffing issues. You'd managed to distract him quite severely with information regarding the whereabouts of one Jack the Ripper, particularly with the knowledge that Makari is still alive and well and not dead and missing, and that Avacyn has a sister that's totally her biological blood. Yep, that's what's happening. And upon revealing who was underneath the tarp, is revealed that the lady who had died was a woman who had not hours ago tried to kill you, or at the very least capture Upsilon and kill Avacyn for what was effectively an insult turned into "I'll kill you, bitch, you don't know me," hurled at her through distant whispers.
He's just a sleepy baby.
Yes. And all of you are present for that right now. And so as the tarp is revealed and the face is pulled over, the Dr. Henry, the sort of coroner here, will take a look to you, Avacyn. So, madam, miss, sorry, what can you tell us about her? Is this your sister?
I feel like as soon as the sheet is pulled off, I'm going to try and hide a grin.
Give me a deception roll, and that's a good point. Yes. Just so that, and anyone who would be like looking at Avacyn and like this revelation, can also give me an insight roll to try and determine. That's gonna be hard to beat, though. Oh. Ooh. Okay. And now let me roll a few of these. Private. Oh. Okay. And next will be this one. They will all kind of look at you, and Mr. Aberline here will say,
Yes, yes. This is quite the terrible sight, but... Miss, please, we do need you to speak up.
I first try to hide the grin, and then I catch myself, and I quickly turn I turn my whole body, and I fling myself onto Nox. Are you still Nox, or I see a different name next to your name? Maybe change. Okay, Nox. I throw myself onto Nox, crying. Oh, it is so terrible. That is her. I couldn't believe it at first. I'm sorry, this shock kind of took me.
Oh,
And as I cry, I kind of like look up at Nox, like, and a type of look.
yes. As you do that, the two men beside you will be like, start to get like a little bit uncomfortable, like, this might not have been the best idea. Yes. Miss,
Could you tell us what was the cause of the death?
Avacyn is my name. Sorry, I don't think we've properly met.
Oh, absolutely, Miss Avacyn.
I hold my hand out for him to take it.
He looks at it like he doesn't know what to do with it. This is Dr. Henry speaking.
I kind of figured.
Oh boy.
Yes, of course. The cause of death was, well, there are oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so sorry. I have to step away for a brief moment. I'll be back in just a sec. Sorry.
Okay. You're okay. No problem, Boo.
I shall miss you.
And while the GM is gone, let's scare some chaos.
Quick, cast shit.
Twist, catch some shit. Oh, you don't have that in your Makari. What are you doing?
Oh, shit, I was muted. This is where Gobbo just puts a hand on the table and slides it down, sliding all the things on the table off the far end, and makes a huge mess.
God damn it.
You wanted chaos.
Yes. Okay.
Mix all the things.
All of them, the chemicals.
Too much hesitation. I think he did it.
He did what now?
Something. I was reading my chat.
I like how shiny your character is, like for the PNG, Shiggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so shiny.
I thought my mask was shiny. Damn.
Was it Bane that says? Oh no, it's from. Oh fuck, what's it called? Mad Max. Shiny and chrome.
Yes. Shiny and chrome.
Witness me.
I was about to say, what is it that they say before they like spray their face with the silver spray paint?
Witness me.
Yeah. Witness me. And then they don't end up dying, and it's just they're like now alive with silver spray paint on their face, and they're like, well, fuck.
Now I look like an idiot.
And now I look like I'm a dumbass.
Desi, what are you doing?
What? I'm waiting for Boopa to come back.
Uh-huh. So, what do you think Thunder's gonna do? What game is he playing, actually?
Forewarned.
Oh, yeah, I haven't played that in a while.
You know, last night I was seriously considering. I was like, Charmin Head, thank you very much for the follow. But I was seriously thinking last night because I was only a few hours away from it. I was like, I could continue streaming and not go to bed until I hit 100 hours.
Well, guess what? You still got 16 hours for that.
But then I went to bed anyways because I was like, nah, I don't feel like staying up that long. And then this happened.
I think Exo is still,
An anonymous
is he
user
back at
gifted
100
a
or is
tier
he
1
still
sub
at
to
80?
Desiree Potato.
I'm gonna go check.
Hi, sorry for the toxicity of yesterday. I felt so bad. I'm the Meg with the head on. You're an amazing girl and you have a lovely voice. Just forgive me. I felt so bad for that. It happens. I was annoyed as shit though. I was so annoyed. But I mean, it happens.
I mean, you play, right?
Yeah, you play. Y'all got me.
Sorry.
I don't get too salty about the game and
Welcome
hold on
back.
to it at least. In the moment, maybe.
I'm so sorry. TLDR was sick. Still recovering from that. Better though.
Hey, no-
Good enough to run the game
no
at least.
worries.
Anyways.
Very relaxing vibes. Thank you.
Anyways, moving back, Dr. Henry will reply. Yes, there were a lot of incisions made along the stomach and uterine area. We believe she died of blood loss long before the killer was done making some of these carvings.
While I'm crying, obviously fake-ish crying, I'm going to kind of get a of like, chuckle in there.
And I'm gonna ask them, where was the body found?
The body was found Last night, was it Abelin?
Yes, about last night. It was, near Whitechapel.
Whitechapel.
Yes, that's where it was. Do you have any notes about her lifestyle? Anything that she was that might lead us to? Actually, no. This would probably be Aberlin saying it.
Are we absolutely sure this is the same person?
Give me a medicine or investigation check.
Everybody?
Anyone who would be would want to check this out.
Because Gobbo's got a slight suspicion.
15. Holy shit.
Well,
Damn, Nox. Nox knows the star sign of this
you
character
said medicine or investigation?
Damn.
Yeah.
as well. Yo, this bitch be a Capricorn.
And Silo.
Sal
Man.
doesn't see shit.
Human bodies
don't
are
see
weird.
They're
Human bodies
weird. What are
weird.
those?
Yo, they appear to have blood
They're
or something.
soft. They're soft and squishy.
And, they appear to have- and who filled these things up with red jello?
Oh no. All right.
Squishy.
So what would I be seeing with 22 is my question.
You will look at this person and sort of like push a bit past. I think realistically what would happen to be you'd push a bit past like, take a look at the woman. And there are obvious incisions along the stomach, and as you pull back the sort of tarp, I guess, the cloth to look at the rest of the body, yeah, it is very gruesome. It is not great. But you will
Can
note-
Gobbo open her? Have these guys opened her up already?
Yes. Well,
So
they
really
kind of
decided
don't
that.
need to necessarily. If you're at all familiar with, at least not the abdominal area.
Those cuts were made with a dull blade.
But Gobbo, you will notice something a little bit odd. The abdomen, like stomach, gut area, like all that's a fucking mess. But there are signs of needles marks, and they appear to be done very professionally. You will even end very frequently. I believe I'll have to look. It was
Can Gobbo use a concoction to try and momentarily bring her back to life?
give me a nat 20 and sure. Medicine check and sure.
Damn!
Wow.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
This is not gonna end well.
5% chance. Let's fucking go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no! You were so close. It's too bad you didn't have a proficiency on it. Oh no.
No,
he
no,
said
no.
nat 20,
Nat 20
not
is a nat
mod.
20.
Do I not even get like a small queef on a 19?
We will. I'll play with that in a moment. Like I need to take things as they come right now.
Oh, is there anything with my College of Spirits that would be able to help with this?
To add to the 19 that Makari just
Give
pulled.
me
Oh no.
guidance. I'm gonna say give her the guidance spell, cantrip, because you can do that as a bonus at range. Remember?
She has that?
Yeah.
I'm still learning like what the guidance does. So I would give it to Makari.
Yes.
No, she
That
does.
is this. So this is what you have. You learn the guidance cantrip and has a range of 60 feet instead of touch. And what guidance does is that you give somebody a D4 to add on any skill check or ability check.
Well, I'll give Makari guidance.
Makari, add a D4 to
Let's
that roll.
go.
A D4. Blah.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Okay, let me resolve this. You will see signs of places where the skin is a little bit drier and like tighter than normal along the arms and legs. This would probably give you... You've only seen this a few times in more obscure alchemical practices. This is that lean more towards the occult than anything else. You don't really put any stock. You don't put much stock in it yourself, as there's typically more ways to do this than, like, stealing blood from a person. Very rarely is there a practical need to do that in chemistry.
So in my mind, I'm kind of seeing this as like, is this the same body, the same person body that was actually above ground with us when we were on the streets?
You can't tell that, but you do see that there are signs of someone going in and doing a phlebotomy, draining blood from a person, and
So
not
this
just a
kind of what got
vial, but like maybe up to a liter or of blood at a time. Putting the person in a state of near death multiple times.
So this is kind of what Gobbo was kind of like suspicious of. So she's never really done that kind of stuff before, but she knows of the people that would do, and she sort of sees this as a calling sign. It's like, and she's how I don't know how she would sort of say it, but like she looks to the other people and says, "Do you have any idea what's happened to this body?"
Well, they died of blood loss and were stabbed repeatedly over here. Gestures wildly towards the very obvious. Like, most of the stabs were done post-mortem, but it stands to reason that she bled out from...
Gobbo is kind of putting her fingers to her brow, like in that like act of frustration, and you can kind of just see her eyes like.
You will be able to tell that most of the blood, she did not bleed out from this wound. She bled out on purpose, and not like from a vampiric or like other sort of wild undead creature. This was a surgical process.
Yeah, Gobbo's kind of just like what, and she's muttering under her breath like, "What do they teach you at medical school? Fucking hell!"
Give me an insight check.
Damn! Holy shit!
An insight check?
Yeah.
I'll roll one, just to be
you win some, you lose a few hundred. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Next, however, that's what got Kari noticed. You noticed on a 16. That doesn't come close. We're gonna solve this in order now. Going back up to Nox's nat 20 medicine check. You will notice. So there's the obvious absolute destruction in the abdomen, like, but you pay attention to. Your job is to take in the details, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of sort of like the mob's investigator, assassin type person.
Well,
your job is to look into things and take them out if needed, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Surgically remove some elements.
Eye to detail. Hey, exactly. Nox, have you ever heard the story of Hush? I mean, Edric?
Yeah.
How that.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny, incredibly precise sutures seen along the face. The kinds that can be that almost are
Almost invisible.
almost invisible to all but the absolute best in their fields. These are the kinds of things that doctors and medical professionals the world over would not be able to tell. Perhaps 1 in 10,000 would be able to notice, but you see a scar along the cheekbone and follow it and see a patch of skin grafted there, next to another, next to another, next to another, and you see someone meticulously forming a dead body, a cadaver, using preserved and fresh human skin, implanting it and grafting it over and over and over and over again, to get something to resemble someone else almost perfectly. To answer your question, Makari, no, this is not the person who attacked you. This was
kinda
her
what Gobbo was
faking her
thinking.
death.
This reminds me of one of the episodes of Highlander.
This
There
was
can only
someone
be one.
faking their own death in the way that they would like it to be faked. They would like to be Luke knocks with a nat 20. It would probably come to you that it would probably be very convincing, and maybe they would have wanted to have died this way, which is why they faked their death this way. Who can say?
Who can say? Who knows?
So after investigating and seeing that, I pointed out to the doctor and the detective.
What the hell?
My guns.
And Makari, I'm gonna resolve yours before anyone else can do anything else. You have a couple tools with you. Some of them are like traditionally potions and alchemy related. Some of them are more, usual. You rolled a 19, and
So it's not like
then-
I'd want to bring her back to life fully. It's just like see if we can get like a few words out of her, like the last glimpses of her life.
and
I
you
think
sort of like look on, and you're able to like identify sort of the heart. And you have a couple batteries remaining. Some of your
I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing. So am I okay? If Gobbo's gonna do this, Gobbo is gonna climb up on the table, literally straddling her,
What are you doing?
grabbing her chemicals and some slight gadgets from her pouch. She soaks them in fluid, she gashes them, and she snaps something together, some batteries, and she clamps them to the cheeks of this lady, and she activates her gadget that she's literally just designed with some alchemical wizardry.
You will see that this person opens their eyes wide, and you will see.
Zombie apocalypse.
Do you want Raccoon City? Because this is how Raccoon City happens.
You got a literal paladin in the room. I don't think the undead's safe right now.
It opens its eyes and opens its mouth, and like everything like shifts and shudders, like what happens when you put electricity through a corpse. Usually it
You
moves.
remember Prometheus when they get
Yes. And as this happens, you don't quite bring her back to life, but you do see in her the sort of eyes of this person, there is a sort of a squeal and a burning.
So, Gobbo, I really want to roleplay this. I'm so sorry. So Gobbo's like grabbing the girl by her shoulders and like rocking her back and forth on top of the table, going, "Speak to me, speak to me, tell me what you know." And as she's getting close, you can start hearing like the subtle voice coming from her lips, like that's the more gargling sound, and then the eyes explode onto her.
Yeah. Avacyn. Makari
Oh my
can't
God.
hear the dead. But you might be able to. Give me a perception check.
All right.
As for a brief moment, these eyes flash with life.
Ooh.
An 8.
I mean, if she wasn't dead before, she certainly is going to be now.
She will just hear her say, "A spirit come back." Not just one, though, multiple. Let's see if I remember the filter for this. Many different voices come back. Nope. Okay, it's not that one. Let's just do this. Do this. What? Help. What's happening? Help. What's happening? What's happening? And like crazy people, like just confused and scared, all unsure of what the hell is happening. And a final person, you think the person who was underneath this, the person who owned the skeleton, the internal organs, the mind, will just scream out at you and will speak up to you. She's insane. More so than you. And then sort of leave off, escaping the world. The words were, "She's insane more so than you."
Can I do an insight check for like
Sure.
trying to understand what all just happened?
Yeah, absolutely. There were a lot of dead involved in this situation. The surrounding, circling voices were people who had passed, bombarding you, and the final voice was someone, the original person who was covered in these horrible skin grafts of other dead people, dead women, telling you that the person who she's meant to look like is more unstable than you are. More... And, then they just left. You believe that they're... At the time, they might have had something else to say if you could have listened to the smaller voices, but they're just tired. And then, Kari, as you do that, the sort of like acid batteries, because that's really what batteries were made out of back then, sort of run out of charge, and you are just standing on top of a fried corpse.
Gobbo's kind of like looking back down to the other two gentlemen, the officials. It's like, you two are way in over your heads, and then she sort of just jumps off and is like, well, jobs are good.
Do you go back to the messing with the potions?
Uh-huh.
Hold up.
I just pinch my brow and I'm shaking my head like,
Wait, no, don't touch those. He's gonna go over and talk to you. And everybody here, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Actually, a perception check will.
Before we go any further, do we want to maybe it would be worth getting Garrison in on this thing, as he is, a paladin, and even though his job is to keep the dead down, maybe he'd have something.
I was just about to say, like with what from the insight, I would probably want to pull Garrison away and or whisper to him what happened.
Mm-hmm. As you begin to notice that, though, Nox, you will hear loud yelling and screaming from above, not below.
No, he's not supposed to do. You see, okay.
Someone is very angry and is stomping down the stairs.
Detective, I think Daddy, no.
Daddy?
Detective,
Sorry, Daddy?
Detective,
Sorry?
I think we're gonna have some visitors.
Who is standing? Are you guys standing more or less in the configuration you're in right now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have moved
With Silo blocking the door
towards him,
again.
but that's it.
Okay. So. Where's the fuck? How did I? Why did you? Oh. I'm sorry, I just realized that I fucked up the art. One moment. This is a male name, and hold up. I mean, that's not the end of the world, but still. One. Okay.
I'm gonna be right back, guys. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, if you guys need to take a few minutes to use the restroom, now would be a good time.
Well, I'm gonna go get something.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Select file. Update token. And you are that. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll wait until everyone gets back. Sorry.
Why you gotta be sorry for? It's nothing to be sorry for.
Because I don't know.
Because you're starting to sound like that guy from South Park. We're sorry.
Listen, when you're raised in a household with Catholic guilt, it happens a lot.
Fair.
Yep. Anyways, how you guys been?
Not bad. I'm trying to come up with like a shadow demon version of Makari, and I'm getting like brainwaves of cool designs and such. But it's like I want to try and make something that this is not just a copy of what other people have done.
Okay.
You know, if you guys know, specifically, she's gonna be very shadowy with this kind of like demon mode of hers. You know, if you've got any if you've got any like art inspiration for like buxom shadowy demons.
Typically when I make shadow demons, they're not supposed to be hot. I mean, they can be sometimes.
So I've got a pretty funky idea with it. It's like she's still technically going to be wearing clothes, and you can kind of see the clothes, but it's like everything that's beneath the clothes is kind of like a formless mass.
It's kind of like a genie thing, or is that what you're...
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. That sounds awesome. I don't really have much art for formless masses. Let me see. The only ones that I would have would like truly be monstrous. The closest thing that I'd have to quote unquote shadowy, demony type would be the devil, which I guess I can show you guys. Shouldn't come up this campaign. Really should not come up this campaign. If this comes up this campaign, like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
The one thing I really regret about the other campaign coming to close is I never got to use my goddamn clown card.
Yeah, we can make a clown campaign soon enough. Anyways, this is the guy that I mentioned.
Oh yes, individual that gave me a bottle of viscous fluid.
Yes. They are my game's version of the devil. That's the closest thing I can think of, like, ooh, shadow, spooky. Sort of, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like their design a lot. I think it's pretty neat.
I'm back.
Okay. We are waiting on Mr. Mookow. Mr.
Why are you waiting for me?
Sandman. Oh, then wait,
Bring me a drink.
who left? Was it Edric? I'm mistaking voices. Shit.
Edric.
It was Edric.
It
Okay.
was Edric.
I'm terrible with voices. Oh shit. Also, someone apparently gifted a subscription. Hoggers.
Nice.
Thank you, Anonymous, for your gift to Desiree Potato. I don't know who you are, but you are awesome. Okay. Very sleepy music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no wonder that one doesn't work. Dun, dun. So we're just waiting. Or I could run the scene a little bit, but it'd probably be a bit confusing when he comes back. Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
It's alright. I'm just happy to spend the time here with you guys. Yay.
Aw, that's so sweet. I'm gonna get diabetes faster than I would as an American.
Oh.
And that's incredibly easy considering you're American.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is so hard to avoid.
I breathed oxygen near a 7-Eleven, and I now have stage 3 diabetes. Yay!
Yep. That's how it works.
Oh god. I deeply regret mentioning that I wanted to make merch at any point on my stream, because now I've got like 6 different people messaging me in my DM saying, "Hey, do you want to host your merch through our website? We're definitely not going to rip you off and offer you terrible rates."
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best thing to do would be to ask around. Like, I'm sure you know people who also do merch, see what they think. Get as many opinions as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment it's more of a problem with just actually having the designs to do it with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, paying commission rates that give you commercial rights. Whoo!
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yep. Is Edric back yet?
No.
Fuck. I'm gonna give him.
Do you
2
think he
more
got
minutes.
lost? Do you think he got lost in the toilet?
Maybe.
Got lost in the sauce.
Swouse.
I am back with tea.
Got it.
How
Hell
long
yeah.
did it take
Alright.
you to make tea?
And so, as you guys continue onward, Upsilon and Garrison being closest to the door, you will be able to see sort of like 2, like sort of orc-ish looking people, half orcs, down the hall, sort of rushing out, seeing you, Garrison, and what you will immediately recognize, a look of concern, relief, and annoyance upon seeing you, and then confusion upon seeing Epsilon. But they quickly shake that off and say, Garrison, what are you doing here? These are Lin and Sun, 2 people you who work at the temple you serve at.
Oh, I kind of got caught up in a situation with some companions that I was guiding.
Okay, what sort of situation could Lin will move over and you will see you, everybody sort of standing over a body, a man fighting with a goblin over some potions, a woman with spikes against her head that appears to be half shocked to death, and a robot sort of staring back at her.
Yeah,
Young
it's a pretty
man.
big situation.
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
You will then see like another officer will sort of come back and be like, "Oi, you can't be back here. Here, what are you doing?" And she'll turn and say, "Just and then they look over and they'll sort of see Aberlin there, who'll kind of like glare at them and nope, not my problem anymore, and just walks back. We need you back at the temple. What is all
What's
of this?
happened? What's happened at the temple?
It's just... She'll kind of like turn over to the officer. And turn over to Lynn will sort of turn over to the other male orc with her. They'll kind of do a sort of like, you know how a person can sort of like speak without speaking, using like body language and all that, like you can see them kind of almost confer with each other quietly. There's just been an emergency, and we need you back. I don't know what you're doing, but we need you here. There.
Okay. Alright. I believe that everyone here has been situated properly then for the meantime, and I guess I'll be taking my leave.
Gobbo kind of like careens over. Oi, where do you think you're going?
I'm needed at the temple. I must go and attend to the situation.
And what? That's more important than looking after the person that you said you'd be looking after, huh?
Well, to be fair, I agreed to look after you for an evening. I believe right now you're fine.
Gobbo's kind of like a little bit distraught, seeing as this is probably the first person who's been her friend. What? You better find us later, huh?
The sort of other orcish person will kind of turn. Oh wait, right. I'll just have them enter the room here because it's a little bit more convenient that way. Everyone can sort of see. Boop. They'll kind of like turn over, and the man himself will kind of like step in front. Listen, I do not know who you are, but I assure you that whatever was dealt with, needed in the past, I kind of turn over to you, Garrison. Turn back to the goblin. If you need assistance, we are happy to provide it.
Well, listen here, Buster. Your friend Garrison here has been a proper sort he has. Probably the first person I've met in a long old time who's actually full of the right stuff. And he's got himself neck deep in this lot, and you're just going to pull him out like that? I thought you paladins were made to be helping the people, not to get yourself neck deep, then just bugger off at the first sign of trouble.
We are helping. However, something needs to be discussed, and it is private matter.
Will we come back?
He will pause for the moment. What are you even involved in right now? And he'll turn over to the officer. Aberlin will sort of like, oh, well, this is an investigation. Not you. Garrison, what are you involved with right now?
I'll be honest, I've mostly just been making sure that these people have been fine. They seem to have been in a poor state when I first met them.
And a darn
Right
good
now.
job he does of it as well. And she sort of slaps his hamstring.
He'll sort of like glare at you.
You're like a thigh.
He'll glare at Gobkari like, none of that.
I swear to God.
Lynn will sort of just like come over. Listen, he's very capable. And, however, I see that he's important to you, and in this short time that we've met, he's helped. He's good at that. Give me an insight roll. The both of you. Or anyone.
An insight roll.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I can use my ear for deceit.
If you wanna. Oh, that 100% tracks. Anyone who wants to do an insight roll can. Because they're not really hiding this. Oh my god.
That's a 14.
Is that a flat
And
D20? No, you have a
and
plus.
no, I used a D20
Why?
for my ear deceit.
But your ear of deceit for deceit just makes it so that the minimum you can roll is an 8. But you still roll an insight check. So
Okay, I'll do that
it's
then.
14. 14 plus 4 is 18.
Okay.
And what that'll give you is the vibe you get is someone trying to explain to a child that someone has died.
I go over to Garrison. And I'm like, I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, I think you should probably follow them.
I guess I just look perplexed and I'm like, okay. I do believe if it is an emergency, yes, I will be needed.
We'll come by your temple later. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Hey, and maybe when we see each other next, I'll be the one giving you a pasty.
They kind of look at each other, the two orcish people, and sort of like they're like very passive aggressive, but they clearly care, and they're like not sure how to react to that. And they will sort of like as we were then. They will sort of like let you know where the temple is, and it'll be to the far north of London, near the edge of the countryside. And they will be on their way.
God, that's hot.
With Garrison here.
As you leave, I call out to you.
I'll miss you.
Oh, that's really sweet of you. Thank you.
Immediately staring daggers as these like effectively overprotective parents look back and just like stare back and at Garrison. And one of them will and Garrison, as you're walking away with them, you'll just, once you are out of earshot of the room, they will just say, I do not like it'd be Lynn who would say, I do not like that lady. She gives me strange. What is your opinion on her? Garrison? What?
Which one?
The pale one.
She's very close. She tries to get very close to me. Always says very nice things to me. Although sometimes I don't know. I think some things just as that she says sound a little weird, but in other sense, it's common sense.
Like, you probably wouldn't be able to tell, but like you'll immediately see like a flash of fury cross her face. Like, does she now? Understood. Yes. And you all will make your way.
Okay.
back towards the old abbey. And now, let me configure this. It would be no vision. There we go. You guys should be able to see, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
Got it.
Pretty destroyed.
Yep.
There is. Okay. I find beauty in things like this.
Yeah. A lot of people do.
I have
They
a
do.
twisted sense of pretty.
They
A
definitely
lot of
do.
cemeteries are gorgeous.
It's a place of story.
Yes.
For sure.
Like,
Garrison, you will enter in a... It is probably not as bad as what is pictured here. It's just like I needed something that looked a little bit distraught. There are... It is slowly being swept. You will see some people out and about working, trying to make you will see some people Lago is coughing. Sorry. You will see some people working, trying to make repairs, trying to ensure that the building is still in its proper state. And you will, as you finally get closer, you will see that there are far fewer people.
Has everyone gone out for a mission?
Okay, I'm gonna check on my dog. Sorry. He's coughing. Sorry, my dog was coughing a lot, and I wanted to give her some water.
Is your dog okay?
Yeah, she's okay.
All right.
Anyways, as you will sort of continue on, they will continue and say, no, that is not what is happening, unfortunately. That would be preferred. And you will see the reason why the building is, for the outside looks more empty, more quiet. Because despite everything, this is a place of worship. They're like, despite its current appearances, the work is being done to improve it. It's there are more people inside. And as they gesture the doors so that you can open and enter, feel free to move around as well if you want. The map is open to you. you'll see different people sort of kneeling and crying here as well. Again, generic token because I'm not prepared for anything ever.
Yay, Legos! We missed them.
These people are kneeling kind of in prayer on just sort of meditating, contemplating, thinking. And the mood that is normally quite, not exactly happy because but like hopeful would be the right word. A hopeful atmosphere of people working to take something that's small and less scrappy and distant and new and bringing it to a new population. That's sort of been replaced with a very somber silence of grief. And as you enter here, you're welcome to ask questions or speak, but then we'll just explain. There were some your mind will flash back to upon seeing this, Garrison, you're not the smartest person, but you're not imperceptive to these things. Your wisdom is still 10.
You're not the smartest person.
No, intelligence and wisdom, but you do have some semblance of like wisdom.
I may not be smart,
But
no, I may not be smart.
I may not be smart. And what's the following?
No, that's it.
The guy's like, there was a following?
Just looked at Ten's Twitter and dang his eyebrows off it.
But even you can probably tell that this is a funeral service of some kind.
What's happened?
Well, we have you've always been busy with missionary work, so we didn't want to have to gather you unless it was a very dire emergency. But it is one. Another like you. Li. Spelled L-I. You would know this person as they sort of came from a similar background as you. They never went through the sort of pain that you did in your childhood. You were because she was sort of blessed to be half elven and half orcish, which granted her a sort of more traditionally beautiful hue, sort of template, rather than your heritage, which would have been more half human, half orc. That's sort of like incredibly rare and probably, depending on who you ask, shameful, which is why she was abandoned and grew up in the same sort of environment as you. And looking out at this, stepping forward, they will guide you and say, you two have spoken in the past. Not very much. You've kept quiet and kept busy. But perhaps you've been not noticed it, but well, others have. Give me an insight check. There's a connection that you two have that you just aren't aware of. Maybe you've been too busy, maybe you just were too oblivious, but now that everything's sort of hitting you smack in the face, this is like there's something you were supposed to get, but you never did. And it sort of like, what was I supposed to get? What's this connection? What's happening? Do you understand what we mean by that?
That we both served in the temple?
I'll make you yummy.
That might not be it. It's a little bit more. But if it was one-sided, that's understandable. I want you to give me a flat d20 roll here. This is sort of a memory. It is not exactly a pleasant thought. You were a little bit disoriented after this. You were, when you were younger, your mind goes back to the day that defined you, the day you were attacked and put to the brink of death, and you were dragged back to this temple, to these followers, to these people. And different people were crying, and a girl you don't remember just saying, "Stupid, why would you do that? Why? God." And you're remembering that it was this other person. These two, the other two will sort of sigh. That is fair. And as you enter forth into what remains of like a sort of pew here in the temple, they will sort of step aside for you to see. A body that has been cleaned and wrapped many times, dressed in ceremonial garb, and their face is still, oh god, that's the wrong, oh boy, that's not how you do that, sorry. Their face has been cleaned up and remains intact, but you will be able to tell that there are lumps and things and shapes that are not of a normal body. This person has been attacked. Quite brutally. But somehow their face is still intact, and you will see... I can't drag the token. Why can't I drag the token?
You have no power here.
There we go. A sleeping person. They are...
Ooh, nice token.
Yeah. You will rack your head and remember in this moment that they were the one who brought you to the temple when you were near death. And now they lie before you, dead.
How did this happen?
It is best not to speak of this here. There are people still grieving. I figured you might be among them. After all, you deserve to know. What the fuck? Give me a medicine check, Garrison. There was moose. You'll be able to see through the bleeding amidst the torso. That's still sort of seeping through. Probably cause of death was something, a stab wound within the stomach, a brutal one. And then you will realize something. It doesn't take a genius to see that the type of wound was... It was the exact same one that you would have seen that was in the morgue.
I see. I don't know how it happened last night.
They will nod. Apparently, she was out petitioning to more temples, like you, to send their aid. And, she'd passed through the Whitechapel area, and when we went out looking for the two of you, we found her first.
In the street.
Yes. At this point, soon we'll sort of try and put our arm on you and say, listen, we understood that this could happen. We understood that this was a dangerous place, but this could have happened to anyone. And
still,
yes,
I believe, call it a touch of fate. My what do you call it, brothers? my brother or sister. I don't know.
That's fine. Whatever you want. I'm not too
um,
familiar either, but yeah.
my brothers, but I do believe that the group I had just left from may be affiliated with whoever it is that committed this atrocity. In trying to find who they are.
Is that... I kind of look up at you. Are you okay to continue? If that is the case.
If I
This...
continue,
She was like you as well. Perhaps not as hardy, perhaps not as strong, but her faith was just as strong. She could perform miracles, same as you. You were there telling you that she was a cleric. You were a paladin, but yeah. And there is risk of yourself, too. This is not a matter for us to deal with. There are people who are involved. If your friends are investigating, perhaps it is best to leave it to them.
what if it affected one of us? Who says it will stop at one? Who knows why they chose her? Did they choose her for her faith? Are they aiming after us over our faith next? If I leave lying bears lie, then we will just get mauled even more. We have to put this case down to rest. And now, I believe I'm more than equipped to take anything that might come at us.
They will kind of like nod at you solemnly. And as you decide upon yourself to take on this mission, take on this burden for the sake of the temple, for the sake of the city, she will God, I forget the name of these NPCs, I'm sorry. Lynn will sort of say to you, there was something Lee and I spoke many times. There was something that she meant to give to you, but unfortunately, there was never time. And she will hand you a small sort of ornament. It'll be a sort of a windy, like a swirl type symbol, and that's wrapped on a small metal chain, and it is all inside of a note with a letter in it. The letter would read, though the winds of fate may be vexing, I know that they will guide us to a time and place where we can speak again. Take care of yourself. And if you cannot do that, hopefully this helps. It is a small amulet of protection. So it's just a +2 to your AC.
Whoa, protection. So I'm going. It's an amulet. It's like a necklace. I guess I just wear it around my neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'll place it around. I'll store the letter in my bag. I'll look at the other two. Thank you for bringing me to this closure. Now,
Yes.
I believe I will. Yes.
Please be careful.
I will.
If you need to rest or return for any reason, do not hesitate to.
Thank you. But before I leave, I will leave a prayer. But once I'm done praying, I shall be gone from the temple.
Mm-hmm. We will leave you that evening in a solemn prayer, mourning for another who was trying to spread the word of kindness and understanding, for that is what God, I forget the name of sometimes. That is what your God has preached in the past. You spend the time there praying, and we will move back to the other scene. This happens it takes you guys a good while to get there. This is all happening probably later in the evening. Because you are way in the outskirts of London.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Back at the morgue. I'm just gonna leave Garrison there so that he can see. You can't see, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Got it. You're invisible. Ooh, you can move around, but others can't see you.
A spooky ghost.
Anyways, going back to everything, Mr. Henry, Dr. Henry here, will sort of go back to you and snatch as they're leaving, grab the bottle that you've taken. Not the ones that'll that buffed you before, but just the one that was currently in your hand that you've stolen from there. And he eyes it very closely. And what are you doing? To Gobkari. Looking very give me he looks a little panicked and annoyed and just concerned when you took the bottle.
So I totally zoned out there.
Going back to the scene, the last thing that happened was Gobkari stole more chemicals.
Hey, no, I wasn't stealing. I was merely inspecting. And
Dr. Henry is looking at you
sampling.
What were you thinking of doing with those?
Listen, love, whatever you're doing with them, it's not nearly working. I mean, look, better in my use and for someone who's actually out of the constraints of your establishment than someone who's going to be popping around with what's in the books, as it were.
There is... You'll see that he looks frustrated, sort of staring at the vial, shakes his head. Anyways...
Listen, if we went with your way, would we have gotten the answers from the deceased corpse? I don't think so. And she sort of scuffs her foot and then looks back up to the others as if she's really.
So we
really
know
pleased with herself.
whoever this is faked their death and wanted it to look the Ripper. That is big, but given time, I'm sure one of us would have been able to
I highly doubt it. This was made by a professional.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, love.
He looks very frustrated, sort of just staring at the bottle. It's sort of like a greenish fluid in his hand. And then he'll like, Mr. Aberlin will sort of like say,
Well, you're not exactly wrong there. We simply cannot have our feet on the ground the way you all lot might. But
kind of look around. Seemingly, he's like, and you will tell that he is so focused on the Jack the Ripper case, he is forgotten entirely about the robot woman in the corner. That is not an accident. He's fully like so excited to find this killer that he is completely forgotten. Oh yeah, there's a potentially unholy walking metal person next to us, but we get to solve this killer. You know what? That's awesome.
Well, you lot seem very, very respectable. And I think that... Would you be willing to assist in an investigation? Some more.
I raise an eyebrow and I look at him.
It probably won't be anything substantial, but we can offer you some pay. Consider yourselves consulting detectives.
Gobkari climbs back on the table and like gets like really uncomfortably close to his face. Do you say pay? Pay? Money? Money? Do you say money? Is there gold involved?
Perhaps a few. Well, if you find it, there is a sort of bounty involved with the capture or death of the Ripper and proof thereof of him, it being him. But any information is also subject to a similar kind of reward.
I don't really need that much. Just a warm bed to lay in at night and a roof guaranteed over my head is really all that I need. Free of charge, of course.
Henry blush. Aberlin completely doesn't care.
That might be difficult, but...
Sorry, my friend's falling over. I don't know why.
We're sure, but I'm sure something could be arranged.
That would be greatly appreciated, and I don't know how to cook or clean, but I do know how to do many things around the house.
Well, naturally. You seem quite an intelligent sort. After all, you were able to tell us something about this body here.
Again, Henry's just blushing profusely. Aberlin, no, not picking up on the innuendos at all.
I kind of like look back between the two of them and I just kind of like give a coy smile at Henry.
Desiree's very say-so smile.
Oh yeah, definitely. The most say-so streamer in the world. Clearly.
I'm a say-so streamer.
Henry will sort of like get very flustered and just like sort of walk back behind other people so that there's no line of sight. And we'll sort of like finally, after everything that happened, address the elephant in the room. Like, oh my, how? Pointing at Upsilon, how long have you been in here? Aberlin will pop in, sort of thing.
Oh yes, she was here for a while. Oh, that's right. We were discussing some of the potential logistics of Jack the Ripper. Hear this, Henry. We believe that this fabulous, wonderful, she's like shaking, like very excited because it includes creature might be related to the Ripper. Something that they want. There's not sure how, but the little one mentioned that apparently one of her they basically described the whole scene where one of the Ripper's potential accomplices was after this one, which means that the Ripper was after this one, and she survived an attack from the Ripper too. This is an amazing breakthrough. Oh. Yes. So, what is she? What are you?
Magic, love.
I hate magic. He'll just sort of like tip his hat down. Okay. And what leads did you get? Well, the Ripper might be a warlock of some kind. We think perhaps made
Specifically a hexblade.
And what brought you to that conclusion?
I remember.
Magic, love.
He's gonna do a quick once-over on you regarding your whole deal, my guy. Let me see. I'm just gonna roll a flat d20 here.
Use you.
Oh, that's not bad. Who kind of the actual physical doctor in the room, the person who graduated from medical academy, will sort of look at you and say, "You are almost human. This is..." Hey. Points at back. That's... Give me an insight check. Everyone except Upsilon, because right now he's looking at your back, and that'd just be hard to see. You will just see a sort of sense of understanding and like an aha moment. Your spine has like a scar that hasn't healed fully. And they'll kind of like almost go to prod at it a little bit closer. And it truly is like someone like touching your spine without like you realizing it, and it's very weird, and it feels like everything in your body is telling you, that's bad. Shiggy?
Huh?
Man saw your spine and tried to touch it.
I'm gonna jerk away, just out of instinct.
Oh. Hey, sorry. That is a fascinating... Alright. I kind of think to himself for a moment.
Gobber kind of realizes that they're kind of being a little bit intrusive. Like, all right, Gabbers, listen. For all you know, it's just another one of our companions. There's no need to be so intrusive.
I mean, maybe, but you could at least give it clothes so it can try to blend in.
Would you give a cat clothes?
I think a cat would look really cute in clothes.
Not the point.
I'm sorry. Well, the fact of the matter is that she might very well cause a bit of a panic.
I see where you're coming from, actually. It's a good point. I mean, we should, at this stage, from what I've learned, I think it's important to give Silo the choice. After all, gotta learn somehow, right? Silo, would you like to wear clothes? Would you like something to put on?
Will it keep me from having to answer these questions every time I meet a person?
Abso-bloody-lutely.
Then yes.
Well, there's your answer.
As they say that, I take out a mask that I was supposed to give Silo out of my bag.
Oh, my bad. You were given Nox's mask, and your features, like your face at the very least, is hidden. The rest can be covered up with a heavy cloak. And as this happens, as you put on clothes, as you put on like the hood and everything, Upsilon, give me another memory thingy.
Okay,
Like a flat D20.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, not Makari. Upsilon.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, that's tragic.
I don't remember shit.
And
No,
Boop has
that's
a
not
big
how-
smile on his face.
That's not how memory checks work. Happy memories are high. Low,
Oh, no.
sad memories are low.
Mm.
That's usually how it works, no?
And you, as you put on a cloak, you'll remember rainfall, a bleeding crest, a dragon, a red dragon that has been covered with blood, that has been caked over as colors and banners have been burnt to the ground as treason and war. Happen. Surround you. You feel the wet garments on your face as someone carries you to a temple. Some to safety. Anywhere is better than where you were. And as I fall to the ground, you will reach out, and a knight carrying you. Arthur, we cannot go further. Lucan has fallen, and I'm afraid I don't have the strength. As you stare down at your chest and your clothing, your hood bleeds. You'll find yourself back in the moment, in the present.
Mm.
As you suddenly have this shock of PTSD as you put on like clothing. Hello?
Hello?
Kari. Oh, well, we thought putting clothes on you broke you. Do you get broken? How does that? This is all confusing.
Yes, I can break.
Fascinating. Well, I'll leave you all to it then. Aberlin will sort of say,
Yes, of course. If you have any need of assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. But for right now, you are all free to go. Given everything that you've done, I don't see how a simple stumble out in the street could possibly... Well, you've done more than your part, Sten. I'm sure some bureaucratic red tape can be moved around here or there.
just sort of wink over to the goblin.
You find clues, or bring the man in. And I'm sure, first of all, he'll earn the death penalty. You don't get away with the things you do without serious consequences. And he has taunted our police for far too long. So you will be safe, and you will be paid. All of you,
He will turn to the entire group.
will be compensated. Or you all would... But...
And are you all,
You are all free to go, if that is what you wish.
I suppose it kind of depends how we want to go about this. I mean, do we? What do you guys think? Do you think we should have a bit of a nosy round, or what do we fancy?
I say we go to Whitechapel.
that might be a good idea. There is also your old workshop, Henry will mention. Presumably, there might be some clues to his whereabouts there.
You know what? I wouldn't mind going to my workshop actually. I'd hate to see what they've done to the darn place, but if we need clues, I'm sure we can find some there.
Cool. And do you all wish to head out at this point?
Is there anything else we can do at this point?
I
mean,
with regards to the bodies and the morgue, probably not.
oh, I know.
Can I use disguise self to try to look like her?
Absolutely.
I'd like to do that.
Cool. Well, you can do that whenever you want now, because you know what
Yes.
she looks like.
I'm gonna. Where exactly did you find her? I don't think you ever told us.
Well, here's a map. And, okay.
Oh.
Ooh. So, first of all, let me show you guys a bit of perspective of where everyone is. Hi, this is where Garrison is. Definitely, probably a safer location, just because of how far away it is from the action. But Whitechapel is way the fuck over here. So while Garrison was sort of in central London at the time, presumably Lee and the other women would have been towards the far east. And you guys would probably be wherever the fuck... probably be where you are right now. Sort of like huddled around this general area.
So she was found in Whitechapel.
Yes. Along with most of the other bodies found around this area.
I think I'd like to go in and see if I can find anything around where you found the body.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's more clues around there somewhere.
Okay. And finally, I will... Do you guys also, Garrison is, still not there with you guys, remember? I'll just... Okay. So, this is probably just gonna be for next session, because it has been... How long? How long have we done this?
About 2.5 hours.
It's been about like 2 hours, but my narcolepsy is kind of hitting me hard.
Yeah. So we can cut it here.
I'm fading fast.
We'll pause it here. So next session, do you guys want to investigate the...
I personally think we should investigate where her body was found.
Okay. So that's
where I want to go, but that's just me.
I was about to. I was gonna try and like shake down the police officers for a bit more in terms of gear and stuff, and maybe just and to also remind them to tell Garrison if he comes back as to where we've gone.
Sure. We can say that you do that. You will say,
"Oh, yes, of course. You are more than...
you're all allowed," and he'll just like... Clearly he has way more pull than a lot of traditional officers, because he just hands you all guns. And yeah.
I kind of swing around. Ooh, shiny.
Yes, you do that, and while holding your trigger, your finger on the trigger, the entire time.
I could also almost imagine that if Sila's ever given something like that, it just kind of melds into her body and just like becomes like the gun becomes part of her.
Yes. And that is where you'll be left. And as for Garrison, what will happen in your case will be you'll be told where the murder took place, and I presume... Shut it. Anyways. Cool. Yeah. Garrison will be told where the body was, and that'll be a pretty natural way for you guys to meet up again. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm glad.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us, and thank you for running.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Bit shorter.
Night, guys. I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah, I don't
rest well,
want to keep.
Shiggy.
I don't want to
Night,
keep
guys.
Shiggy if
Night,
she's
night.
dead inside. That seems like a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye
Good
bye.
night, guys. Have a
Good night.
Nighty night.
Bye bye. Okay. Let's raid. I'm gonna raid. There's a robot boy. /raid. Oh. Hi, you guys are still here. There's a robot, Froggo, that I saw a while ago, and their model is really cool. So I'm gonna raid them. Go tell them that they're awesome. Okay, bye.